Hello there and welcome to the news on Rupavahini. I'm Daphne Charles.
And I'm Rohan Mendis. The Magampura International Conference Centre was vested with the people under the patronage of President Mahinda Rajapaksa today. This is the second international conference centre of Sri Lanka. The centre has been constructed in a land extent of 28 acres at Siribopura in Hambantota. The centre has the most modern technical facilities for holding an international conference. There are 1,500 seats in the main conference hall, and in addition to this, there are 3 sub-conference halls with 250 seating capacity in each hall. There are also 10 committee halls. The vehicle park has the capacity for 800 vehicles, and it also has a helipad. The President declared open the conference hall amidst blessings from all religious clergy. After that, the President made an inspection tour of the conference hall premises. The first international gathering to be held at this conference hall is the Commonwealth Youth Forum, which will be held from the 10th to the 14th of this month. Ministers Jalasalha Permo, Professor G.L. Piris, Mahinda Amravira, Mahinda Yapa Abewardana, Nirmala Kotalavala, the Chief Minister of the Uva Province Sashindra Rajapaksa, Parliamentarian Nama Rajapaksa and Defence Secretary Gotabe Rajapaksa also attended the function. The President also vested with the people the flyover at the Siribopura Junction on the Mathara Hambantota Valavaya Road. This flyover has been constructed at a cost of 2,670 million rupees. The flyover removes vehicle congestions for traffic proceeding to Mattala Airport and vehicles travelling to Hambantota and Colombo. The President also declared open the interchange constructed at a cost of 4,200 million rupees at the Mirijavila Junction on the main Mathara Valavaya Road.
Australia says that Sri Lanka will make use of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting to showcase to the world the progress that has been achieved during the post-war period in the reconciliation and human rights sectors. The Australian High Commissioner in Sri Lanka, Mrs. Robin Moody, told the national Rupavahini in a special discussion that Australia will encourage other countries to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Sri Lanka. Australia is the 6th largest country in the world, which has a population of 23.1 million. In Australia is a founding member of the Commonwealth Council and at present chairs the Commonwealth. The Australian High Commissioner said that in recognition of the strong relationship existing between Australia and Sri Lanka, a large number of leading businessmen from Australia will participate in the Commonwealth Business Forum.
Australia is committed to supporting the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting being held here in Colombo, and we've encouraged others to come and participate and to see firsthand the situation in Sri Lanka. We hope that Sri Lanka will make full use of the opportunity presented by CHOGM to show the progress it has made in these areas, notably in relation to post-conflict reconciliation and human rights. We believe that the best way to address these issues is through a frank and open dialogue and a policy of engagement rather than isolation. Australia enjoys strong bilateral relations with Sri Lanka, and we're very pleased to see that Australian companies are coming to Sri Lanka and actively exploring opportunities for investment. And of course this is evidenced by the fact that a number of Australian companies will take part in the Commonwealth Business Forum as well.
Now we bring you the country profile of the Commonwealth, and today our focus is on Jamaica.
Jamaica is an island country situated in the Caribbean Sea, comprising the 3rd largest island of the Greater Antilles. The island, 10,990 square kilometers in area, south of Cuba and west of Hispaniola, is an island containing the nation-states of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Jamaica is the 5th largest island country in the Caribbean. Jamaica, with 2.8 million people, is the 3rd most populous Anglophone country in the Americas, after the United States and Canada. The capital of Jamaica is Kingston. The official language in the country is Jamaican Patois. The currency used in the country is the Jamaican dollar. Jamaica is a parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy. The head of government and Prime Minister of Jamaica is Portia Simpson Miller. Jamaica has traditionally had a two-party system, with power often alternating between the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party. Jamaica obtained membership in the Commonwealth in 1962. Now, there are only 8 more days for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. The activities of the Media Centre, which will report information about the summit, will start on the 9th of this month. The Media Centre has been established at the Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall premises. The media coverage of the Chogam, which will be carried out by the international television service Globecast. The national Rupavahini is ready to broadcast details of the summit in collaboration with the Globecast television service. The Media Centre is fully equipped to provide facilities for foreign and local television services, broadcast and print media institutions. The details of other Commonwealth events which will be held in Colombo and outstations will also be broadcast through the Media Centre. A branch of the Commonwealth Secretariat in London has also been established in Sri Lanka. This organisation has a data centre and several studios for holding interviews with the heads of states. Satellite and modern technology will be used for broadcasting of information about the summit and its related activities. The Secretary to the Ministry of Mass Media and Information, Dr. Charita Herat, said that more than 500 foreign media personnel will participate in the Chogam-related activities. Due to the high number, it will not be possible to accommodate them at all the functions. Therefore, small groups called media polling systems will be used for covering the events. The Media Centre that has been established will get all the information simultaneously, and all live coverage will be provided at the Media Centre. The photographs relating to the events will also be provided. A special media conference about the Commonwealth Media Centre and its operations was held in Colombo today. The media accreditation for the accepted media personnel for covering the Chogam will be issued from 10 a.m. at the Galadari Hotel tomorrow. All details relating to media accreditation can be obtained from surfing the website www.chogam2013.lk. More than 1,000 foreign and local media personnel are scheduled to cover the summit and its related activities. The Director General of Government Information, Professor Arya Ratnatugala, and Chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Mohan Samaranayake, also attended the media conference.
Well, a large number of representatives attending the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting and other related events are planning to visit the Nuwara area as well. The Mayor of Nuwara, Mahinda Dodampa said that arrangements have been made to provide them all necessary facilities. Prince Charles of Britain is also due to visit Nuwara. A special program to beautify the city is being carried out. The Gregory Roundabout, the racecourse and the golf turf have been renovated. The buildings and the roads in the city have been beautified. The Victoria Gardens, tourist bungalows and hotels in the city have also been renovated. The Mayor of Nuwara said that in conjunction with the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, a museum containing historical information about Nuwara town during the British period will be declared open. Mayor of Nuwara, Mahinda Dodampa said that Chogam will be a golden opportunity to develop the tourism industry and to expedite development of the country.
You're watching the news on Rupavahini, and on other news here at home, the national organizer of the United Bhikkhu Front, the Venerable Ulapane Sumangala Thero, said that Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, instead of delegating powers to the Leadership Council, has further consolidated his powers. The Venerable Thero also alleged that Mr. Wickremesinghe has arbitrarily appointed the opposition leader of the Central Province without consulting the Leadership Council. The members of the United National Party's Leadership Council were appointed last Monday. It was unanimously approved by the Working Committee of the party. Immediately after appointment, Mr. Sajith Premadasa withdrew his membership from the council. Parliamentarian Mrs. Thalatha Thukorle resigned from the membership yesterday. The national organizer of the United Bhikkhu Front said that Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, who gave a pledge to fulfill the requests of the Mahasangha, has deceived them. The national organizer of the United Bhikkhu Front, the Venerable Ulapane Sumangala Thera, said that as usual, Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe gave false promises to the Mahasangha and consolidated his leadership by adding a new title called National Leader. He said that what they proposed was to hand over the total leadership to a leadership council. The Venerable Thera further stated that not only have they appointed a leadership council as requested, but membership in that council has been given to the cohorts of Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, diluting the whole purpose of the leadership council. He said that Mr. Karu Jayasuriya, who did not have any post in the party, may be satisfied with the post that has been given to him. The Venerable Thera emphasized that there will be no use from this leadership council.
Well, the Dreamliner type Boeing 787 aircraft has landed for the first time at Katunayake International Airport. The Airport and Aviation Service Company said that the aircraft arrived with a group of tourists. This is the largest aircraft under the Boeing aircraft series manufactured in the United States. The aircraft, which arrived at Katunayake, belongs to the Poland Airlines Services. 252 tourists from Poland arrived in the aircraft. It is estimated that 1.2 million tourists will arrive in the country this year. The chairman of the Airport and Air Services Company, Prasanna Wickremesuriya, said that arrival of this kind of large aircrafts will be a great boost to the tourism industry and the aviation services.
Now we have joining us in the studios right now General Jagat Jayasuriya, who is the Chief of Defence Staff, head of the Subcommittee on Security, Transportation and Accreditation of Chirgam, and who is also coordinating the transport operation. Well, we know these are very busy times for you, so we really appreciate you coming into our studios this evening. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Right, if you could start by giving us a brief on the security arrangements that have been made, sir.
Well, the responsibility of my subcommittee is to provide, ensure secure environment for the conduct of Chirgam. That means from the time of arrival of all heads of governments, foreign ministers and all the other delegates, including all the forums, from the arrival time, and they get to the hotels and then to the venues, respective venues in Colombo, Hikkadwa and Hambantota, plus other visits that they have to Galle and Kandy, to ensure total security for personnel as well as venues and during their travel from place to place. So my committee will, with the help of all the three services and all agencies of police, including STF, Presidential Security Division, Ministerial Security Division, and all the intelligence agencies, we are carrying out this duty. In addition, accreditation is to give security clearance to certify them to enter Sri Lanka, and the visa is issued on after the accreditation. So that is also being handled by us. In addition, the total transport commitment is also coordinated by myself.
Right, talking of the transport responsibilities now, a major concern among the public is that there are going to be severe disruptions to their daily commute. What arrangements are in place for this? Well,
it's only even on 15th, which is the day of the opening ceremony of the heads of governments meeting, which will take place at Nelumpokuna. For about 2 hours, we have to close the roads because there's a requirement, there's a ceremonial aspect involved, and we have to bring the heads of governments on at a particular time from the hotel to the venue, and thereafter once they finish, and they will take them to the Bay Message for the first session. So there's a requirement to adhere to timings. During that time, the Chirgam Route 1, we call it, from Golface, Kolpiti, then Pittala Junction, Nelumpokuna, and then once finished Nelumpokuna, Independence Square up to Bay Message. That route will be closed from about 9 o'clock to about 11:30. Other than that, there won't be any major disruption in traffic. On and off, when we want a person to be taken from point A to B, only we will be closing the road.
All right. So we are speaking to General Jagat Jayasuriya, who is the Chief of Defence Staff and who is also coordinating the transport operation for the Chirgam. If you could tell us what other arrangements on transport are in place during this period.
Well, I think this is a major conference that Sri Lanka is hosting, and 53 countries are involved, plus other agencies. So there's a total commitment of about 850 different types of vehicles which are involved in this operation. So it is coordinated by the military again because of the number of vehicles involved and the schedules that we have to adhere to. So we have different categories of vehicles. The heads of governments provided with a super luxury vehicle. Then the foreign minister is also provided with another different type of a car. Then we have vans, the coaches and buses. Plus for the security we have Land Rover jeeps with providing close protection to heads of government. So all these vehicles put together, including all the venues, the other forums also, there's a commitment of 850 vehicles, and all these vehicles are now pooled and be distributed to various forums, and they are driven by military personnel and police personnel who are trained and disciplined.
Right, that certainly is a plateful. Well, good luck with all the arrangements, and the country is with all of you all the way on this. Thank you very much for joining us today. That was General Jagat Jayasuriya, Chief of Defence Staff, Head of the Subcommittee on Security, Transportation and Accreditation of CHOGM, and also coordinating the transport operations during that time.
An all-night Pirit chanting ceremony in connection with the 46th commemoration anniversary of the late D.A. Rajapaksa was held at the Madamulana residence yesterday. The Pirit chanting was conducted by the members of the Mahasangha led by the chief incumbent of the Sri Padasthana, Venerable Bengamwe Dhammadinna Nayakathero. An almsgiving for the Mahasangha was held today. The First Lady, Madam Shiranti Rajapaksa, Speaker Chamal Rajapaksa, and the family members and relations of the Rajapaksa family participated in this function.
Savada Veramani Sik. D.A. Rajapaksa
Iminate Samijjatu Sittam Gallena.
The Express Postal Service has been expanded to cover the whole country with the objective of delivering any kind of goods parcels to any part of the country within a period of 24 hours. The inauguration ceremony was held at the Central Post Exchange in Colombo today. The Express Postal Service was started in the year 1990, and it was functioning only in Colombo and the suburbs. Modern technology will be used for this service in connection with the 139th World Postal Day. 9 service centres will be established for this purpose. A separate transport network will also be used. 10 vans and 6 motorcycles have been set apart for this purpose. The Postmaster General DLPR Abe Ratna said that under 5 sectors of charges, goods weighing up to 10 kilograms will be transported with effect from today. He said that it has been planned to go to doorsteps of the people, taking their parcels to the required destinations. He said that people can even meet their requirements via the internet. The confirmation of delivery under the Express Postal Service could be obtained by surfing the website www.slpost.gov.lk. The Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Postal Services, SHND Abe Ratnas, and several others attended the inaugural function. The official Gampaha district function of the new postal service was held at the Nittambur post office. The first goods parcel was accepted by the Gampaha Regional Postal Superintendent, ADLP Abe Pitya.
Well, the children of North state that the peaceful atmosphere that has been established after decades of war has immensely helped them to make their educational activities successful. They emphasized this at a musical workshop held in the Kilinochchi town recently. Students of the Yogapuram Central College in Malawi participated in the musical workshop. The workshop was conducted by the reputed Music Without Border musical group of Japan under the aegis of Japan International Corporation Institution.
Japan Antarjathika Sahayogita Ayatanaye මීට අනුග්‍රහය දැක්විය.
The coordinator of voluntary programs of Japan International Cooperation Institutions, Ugura Tomoko, said that they are very happy about the situation prevailing in the area at present. He said that in the past it was not possible to visit this area and hence they were unable to extend any assistance. Because of the peace prevailing in the area, now it is possible to visit the area and help the students. The objective of the workshop was to provide consolation to the children who have suffered from the war. The Japanese organization aims to build reconciliation among the communities through the international medium of music. A large number of children affected by the war participated in the workshop. A child said that after establishment of peace there was a huge educational development in their area, and he also said that they are happy for being able to participate in the workshop. Another child said that they greatly appreciate the trilingual policy of the president and the school development in their area after the war, which is being carried out successfully. The members of the musical group Music Without Border and the students of the Yogapuram Central College held the musical pageant as well.
The government has decided to enter into a memorandum of understanding with potato farmers to purchase potatoes at a certified price. The objective of this measure is to protect the potato farmers. The Ministry of Economic Development said that the agreement will be signed under the program of making Sri Lanka self-sufficient in potato production by next year. Potato farming is carried out locally, centering the Nuwara and Badula districts. 25,000 farmers are involved in this production. Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa said that about 250,000 people depend on potato farming. The monthly need of potatoes amounts to about 12,000 metric tons. Only 40% of this requirement is produced locally. A discussion on making Sri Lanka self-sufficient in the production of potatoes, big onions and red onions was held at the parliamentary complex under the leadership of the minister recently. The production programs will be formulated based on the surveys that have been carried out by officials of the Ministry of Economic Development and Agrarian Services. The annual requirement of big onions amounts to 200,000 metric tons. Only 87,660 metric tons are produced locally at present. The minister said that 93% of red onion requirements is now being produced locally. Ministers Mahinda Yapa Abeyewardena, Johnston Fernando and C.B. Ratnayaka and several deputy ministers, ministry secretaries and senior officials participated in the discussions.
Well, the Galle city is being prepared and beautified for hold in the Commonwealth People's Forum, which will be declared open by President Mahinda Rajapaksa on the 10th of this month. The Commonwealth Council is organizing this People's Forum, which will discuss the problems being faced by the people of the Commonwealth countries. The matters that will be discussed at the People's Forum will be presented to the main summit. The sessions of the People's Forum will be held from the 10th to the 14th of this month at the Jaya Trans Hotel in Hekkadua. Galle is the main administrative city of the southern province. A city beautification program in connection with the People's Forum was implemented, safeguarding the historical monuments of the city. This program was jointly implemented by the Urban Development Authority, Galle Heritage Foundation and the Galle Municipal Council. The People's Forum will be televised live by the National Rupavahini.
The chairman of the Lessons Learnt and Reconciliation Commission, President's Counsel C.R. De Silva, has passed away at a private hospital in Colombo this morning. The body of the late Mr. De Silva is lying in state at his residence in Kirlapana. The funeral will take place on Saturday. The late Mr. C.R. De Silva was a past student of the Royal College, Colombo. He entered the legal profession in the year 1974. He became a President's Counsel in the year 1997 and held the posts of Additional Solicitor General and Solicitor General. In the year 2007, he was appointed as the Attorney General. The late Mr. De Silva, who has represented Sri Lanka in several international organizations, has also functioned as a legal advisor. He also contributed his services to the Sri Lanka Legal Commission, Child Protection Authority, Drugs Control Board and Post-Medical Graduate Institution. The contributions made by the late Mr. De Silva as the chairman of the Lessons Learnt and Reconciliation Commission was commended by the international community. He is the husband of the Secretary to the Ministry of Justice, Mrs. Kamalani De Silva.
Well, the second stage of the Lakvijaya coal power plant at Narachale in Puttalam will be commissioned next month. It will add 300 megawatts of power to the national grid. The construction work of the second stage of the power plant was started in May 2010. The coal unloading areas have been further developed under the second stage. The construction of substations and transmission lines are also being carried out at present. The upgrading of the machinery have been nearly completed. A media tour for enlightening the media personnel about the power plant was held today. The officials of the Electricity Board, including the chairman W.B. Ganegala, also attended the media tour. The third stage of the power plant will be added to the national grid in May next year. The total power generation will amount to 900 megawatts.
The social service footwalk of former England cricket captain Sir Ian Botham has reached the Mathura town. Today is the 7th day of the footwalk, which started from Kilinochchi. The footwalk was started from the Mathura town this morning. The objective of the footwalk is to collect funds for the development of school cricket in Sri Lanka. The footwalk was welcomed at the Mathura town by Southern Province Educational Minister Chandima Rasaputra. Former South African cricketer Alan Donald also joined the footwalk. The footwalk ended at Valigama today, and it will start from the Gaur town and will proceed up to the Senigama cricket grounds, which is the final destination.
The Sri Lankan Ports Authority has won the championship of the Nationalised Service Volleyball Tournament. The Sri Lankan Transport Board became the runners-up. The final match was played at Gampaha Urban Council grounds recently. Matches were held under 4 grounds knockout basis. The championship of C Group was won by the Sri Lankan Transport Board team. The People's Bank became runners-up in this group. Teams from 15 state institutions participated in the tournament held for 2 days. The tournament was organized by the Nationalised Service Volleyball Association.
And there we end tonight's edition on Rupavahini News. Together with Marsha and Daphne, I'm Rohan Mendes saying thanks for watching. Good night.
Good night.